Hi there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica. On today's video, I am going to be sharing with you what I've been up to this week. I am also going to be trying my hardest to finish this WIP that has been so long in the making. I just need to get it done. So you guys are going to help me out with that today. And yeah, so I'm going to drink some tea and we will get started. Okay, so I haven't done very much at all this week, unfortunately. Oh, I do have a new book I need to share with you. Hang on just a sec. So this is the newest Critical Role coloring book. I had this on pre-order and I love it. It's beautiful. Even if you don't know what Critical Role is, or if you're not familiar with the characters, just look how amazing this artwork is. It's so stunning. So cool. I love it to pieces. I'm very excited to work in this one. Yeah, if you'd like a full flip through of that, let me know in the comments, but gosh, it's just so cool. It's just the best. Yeah, every time I was flipping through a page, I was like, oh my gosh, I love that scene. Or, you know, just the different characters. That guy's cool. That guy's cool. Anyway, it's very cool. I like it a lot, and I'm very excited to get to work in this. So yeah, that is the new coloring book I got this week. Okay, so on to what I've done. I did a little bit of work in my planner. I actually drew in a couple little things on my August plans, and then picked out a color palette. I don't know why I did that. I'm probably not going to color this. This is such a cute illustration. I'm probably not going to color it. And then I also did a spacey bit. So I have some things set up for Space Timber. So there is these are all the books that I picked out in my recent Autumn Plans video. So it's going to be taped in here so that I can work on that. Yeah, and then I just have that stuff done. So I did a little bit of work in here, which I was pleased with. These are a couple palettes that I found that I want to use for fall at some point. Okay. And then let's see. The only other things that I did really is I worked in Boule de Pois a little bit. I had a couple of pages in here that I wanted to finish up. So I worked a little bit more on this page, not very much. You can see I got coloring on here. I still have to go through and activate that. And the other one that I am working on is this one. So hopefully I can get one or both of those done. I'm not sure how that's going to go. I did a little bit work on my color along for this month. So that's where I'm at so far. I think it's going to be really cute when I'm done. I just have to finish that. So I'm about halfway through on that. And then I did a little bit more work on this page, this WIP that I've had in here. So this is where I'm at. Well, let me zoom out a little bit more because there we go. So yeah, so that's where I'm at on this WIP. And this is the page that I'm going to work on today. So I finished like this whole section down here, and then all of the greenery is done except for like the grasses around this thing. Yeah, so I'm going to work on some more fairies today and try to get all of the little bits done. Maybe do some grass detail in the background too on the main area. But I just want to get this done. I really, Jess from Coloring Bumblebee and we've been working on this for a while, and it's just time. It's time for it to be done. So, yeah. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Oh, wait, one more thing. So the other thing that I've been playing with a lot is I've been on Pinterest. So I've just been going through and I found all of these lovely fall kind of color schemes. And then this cute one for maybe one of the Million Cats or Million Kittens pages. I just thought those, like the different color cats was really cool. But yeah, love all of those. Really like these ones too. Again, I'm going to just try to be using all of these palettes. I just wanted something a little, like this one's pretty traditional, you know, maybe with the pink thrown in there, it's a little bit different, but I wanted something that just was, I don't know, different. And then I also have started a space one. So I'm going to record, or I did record, looking up several of these pictures just kind of to talk you through how I go about finding color palettes. I'm going to try to make a dedicated video just about, finding the color palettes and stuff, because every video I get, questions about where did I get this? And I just want to have a video to refer people to. So I did record this process. I did not record putting it into Canva, but you can use any, app that's similar to that, or any program that's similar to that, where you can upload photos and then just make it, print out a page and then cut them up. That's all I do. But then I'll go through a little bit of, trying to match the color palette to the page too. But yeah, so that's going to be an upcoming video. So yeah, I've been playing on Pinterest a lot too. Okay, so these are all the pencils I think that I was using from the last time when I was coloring in this. So I'm hoping that that is the same. I need to move those though over onto this side because I'm right-handed and it's easier for me to do that. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to take another sip of tea real quick too. Yeah, I think I might start with the grass in the background just to make sure that that gets done, because that'll be pretty quick and it's kind of monotonous. So that way you guys can help me out with that too. All right, I think these are the two pencils I need. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and start that. So hi, everybody. I hope you are having a wonderful weekend. It is Friday morning for me. Don't really have a ton of plans this weekend, so I just wanted to make sure that I got on here early enough that I could guarantee that I could get this done, and then maybe have some time to work on my color along today too, since I have to get both of these videos out this weekend. I am not coloring very much. It's been a little bit of a struggle to get this color along done. I started it and I had high hopes, and then every time I would have to come down to work on it, I would just be grumpy. And so I had to keep setting it aside so that because I don't like to color grumpy. I don't want to be mad that I'm having to do something that I love. So yeah. So yeah, so it's taken a little while, but I am happy with the progress that I'm making so far. I'm using Sioux Color pencils, which is a different brand than I've been using lately. So that's been kind of fun to play with and try to figure out. They're not my favorite pencil, but they're pretty good for a budget pencil. I feel like they're similar. I can't remember the other brands that are like a duplicate of them, but I think it's one of those pencils where it was like, they all look the same, and they're all technically the same pencil. They just have different brand names on them. But yeah, I've been using those. I did put out my August plans video, which I mentioned earlier, and it is a longer video because I could not make decisions. So I did a little bit of a random draw. So I had a few books that I knew were going to be in it no matter what. So, a couple of my books to finish from that list are on there. And then just a couple books where I was like, definitely this is going to get worked on because it's one of the books that I love to work in this season. So it's on my list. So yeah. And then I've got a whole bunch of space. Well, not a whole bunch. I think I picked out like 6 space pages, since next month is Space-tember. But since then I've also added, 3 other books. So one of them is City Among the Stars by Hannah Carlson. And then another one is, what's the other one? Oh, Shooting Star by Maria Troll. And then I also found this really cute spacey page in Manga Mania, which I would really like to do because it's just adorable. I just don't know. I just don't know how that's going to go. I don't know if I'm going to add that one in or not, but yeah, I don't want to overwhelm myself with space pages because I know that it's going to be, the Kirby one is the one that I'm really wanting to try to play with. That's the book that I've been trying for so long to color in, and I just don't want to get overwhelmed with other spacey stuffs and not feel the urge to color in that one. So yeah, the Kirby one is my top. So Alien Worlds. Yeah, that's the one that I'm looking forward to most to color in next month. Also, my mythographic focus book will be Cosmic Spirit. And there are a few pages in there that are spacier, but I feel like any of the astrology signs would be fine. I feel like that's an acceptable kind of spacey thing. So yeah, I feel like any of those would be good to do for Spacetember too. So yeah, that's the book that's picked out. Okay, I need to sharpen this again. This poor little pencil. I'm not sure where my my backups are, and this little, I think this one's parrot green, maybe. It is just about done, but thankfully I have a pencil extender so I can get the most out of my pencil. I've seen, other tricks where people, hot glue or super glue the pencil ends together and stuff like that. I can't be bothered to do all that. Kudos to you if you can. But I'm just like, just give me a pencil extender and let me whittle it down to the tiniest bit that I can, and then I'll be done. It's okay. I don't want to do too many little grassy strokes out this way. Now that I've done a few, I have to do more, so. Just a few here. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I am excited for the books that got picked. I did, like I said, I did a lot of, random picks. So I had like a bowl of numbers and I just picked them out that way. But I feel confident in the ones that got picked. Most of them. Like there are a couple where I'm just like, I'm not sure about that one, but I have enough picked out that, if I don't like one or I'm not feeling one, I've got plenty of options to go to. And it's my coloring. So if I want to just pick a different book that was not anywhere in any of those videos, I'm okay to do that. I am not a stickler for the rules with that stuff. Like I don't hold myself accountable really. Like, if I'm just not feeling something, I'm not going to force myself to do it. So, but that being said, I'm going to try. So yeah, there are a few in there that I think are going to be really cute. And of course, there's a couple that I forgot to add in. I'm going to have some more pages done in, I want to color in Funky Florals. Again, I do have a WIP that would be perfect for the fall season that I could finish up. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to add shadows now underneath everything. What did I say? Oh yeah, I do have the Funky Florals book that I want to work in. And then I've got, Boule de Pois wasn't on there. And of course, there's some lovely fall pages still in that book for me to color. I've colored quite a few, but there's some real good ones in there still. So yeah, that's of course on my list too. But yeah, I am looking forward to this coloring season. I'm hopeful that I will be able to do more. than I have these last couple months, because it's just not, I've just been wanting to read, and I mean, I've had a lot of other stuff to do too. So any free time that I've had has kind of been all about the reading instead, which is, you know, a little unfortunate, but okay. Is that all? Nope, I need a little bit of shadow under Mr. Frog here. Is that everything? I think so. All right, that didn't take very long. Let's do these little grass pieces around the lake, pond, I guess, the pond. So I've been thinking about what to do for the Halloween color along, because if you've been with me for a while here on the channel, you know that I tend to do a color along. My main color alongs, I usually have a mermaid one, and the last several years I've done one for Halloween as well. So one year it was a monster theme, one year it was a witch theme, and I don't remember the other one. I think one year it was just like Camellia. I just did Camellia Angel Cova pages. But I think this year I'm going to do color palettes, which I've got some fun color palettes picked out, but I'm not really sure, you know, if there's going to be another theme to it. I did have somebody recently say, you know, are you going to do your witch one again? I was like, I have so many books. I don't want to just limit it to witches for myself. Although I did have a lot of fun doing that when I did it. But, you know, I feel like if I have color palettes, that those would be something that would maybe be kind of universally applicable. Like you can apply it to witches, you could apply it to, I don't know, zombies, pumpkins, I don't know. So yeah, I just thought that would be something that maybe would be a better idea than the limited just witches this year. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it or anything like that yet, but there will definitely be a color palette, color along of some sort. I do already have 4 color palettes picked out, so it might be another one where it's like the weekly, this is the colors for this week kind of thing, but I'm not sure about that yet. Okay, I think I used a little marker on these other mushrooms, but I didn't do that over here. So we're just going to go ahead and color in pink and then add in a little bit of shading. Let's work on these little frogs. I don't even know if you guys can see those very well. This is one of the nice things about having a limited color palette, though, is I know which pencils I need to grab for each kind of color. So I don't know if any of you have, several of you have responded to my story that I posted, but I am not going to be able to get my hands on the Hannah Carlzon, the new Hannah Carlzon book, or the new Maria Trolle books because of the tariffs and stuff that are being imposed by the U.S. I pre-ordered them like right when they were announced, and then I got an email that said, you know, due to the tariffs, they don't know how to, because I've already pre-ordered it, so I already kind of paid ahead, I guess, and the tariffs are all charges for the recipient, or I think that's what it said on there, and I was just like, okay. So my order is on hold until they can figure out what to do. But there's no word on when that will be. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know when I'm going to get my books, and I am super frustrated because books are not supposed to be on that tariff list. But I had somebody mention that since iMusic sells other things, that is why they are being held up at customs, I guess. So, ugh, I'm so frustrated with all of that. Just all of it. I don't know. So if I have to wait till they get released in the US, that's fine, I guess. I'm not a patient person normally, so that'll be a little frustrating, but, you know, like first world problems, right? Like this is not, I need to get over myself a little bit. This is not the end of the world, but I was just so angry the other day. I might have said a few choice words directed at our government right now. So yeah, I was not pleased. Let's see. I'm going to use this little blue color to add a little bit of shadow underneath on these mushrooms. I know it's so little and it's just the tiniest little touch of something, but if I don't do it, I'll look at it and be like, oh, I should have put a shadow on those mushrooms. All right. Okay. Those are done. Let's finish off the fairies, I guess. Yep, that works. Okay, so I'm going to work on this fairy's skin here, and then we'll go through their outfit. So I don't know if you can see, but like the fairies they all have like the same color skin as their outfits. So I have pink, blue, and purple fairies. So, and Jess and I were sharing our WIPs back and forth, pictures of our WIPs, and it's crazy how much we picked the same color palette and kind of have used a lot of the same colors. It's pretty interesting. Okay. And then like in one of my other buddy colors that I posted on Instagram this week, I'm doing a buddy color in Magical Worlds with some lovely ladies, and all of our pages were so different, just completely different. And I just thought it was cool. It's always neat when that happens, I think. I don't know. I just like coloring with people. The majority of the time. Like I don't want to feel pressured. If I can't get something done, like I don't want to feel that terrible, let down, I've let this person down kind of stuff, which I'm trying to be better about. If I can't get a page done, then that's just the thing. That's just what's happening. And, I'm not a terrible person because I didn't finish this coloring page. It's okay. But I've talked about it, on here before, how we're just the worst to ourselves. So yeah, we did a page in Magical Jungle, and all of our pages were so different. It was just neat. Okay, let's see. What colors do I want on her hair? Definitely want her to have purple hair. So I'm going to use this darker purple first. I am going to try also to make sure that I'm up to date on the pages that I've been tagged in on Instagram. There's a lot of wonderful, wonderful pages out there that have been done for the mythographic color along. So If you have not recently checked out the Color Mythographic 2025 hashtag, definitely do that, because there's so many awesome, just awesome, amazing pages out there for this color along. And I've just been blown away by the participation and by the amount of talent that is in our wonderful community. Like, I knew that we were, there was a lot of talented people out here, but it's just seeing all of it at once is just like, wow, that is amazing. How did you think to do that? So, okay. Let's do her little, it's got to be pink, right? Since her wings are pink. I feel like that's a good compromise or a good color choice. So let's try, we'll do a lighter pink. So I have some that are pink, some that are all pink, some that are all purple, some that are pink and purple. I have decided that I don't necessarily love coloring fairies either. Like, it's not my favorite thing to do. I like to look at pictures of fairies, but coloring these little guys, all of these little guys, has been a bit of a challenge for me. All right, I've got a couple blue guys down here. Let's go with, I only have a couple of blue colors, I think. All right, so his hair, I see what I did. Okay. Trying to think what else. As soon as I'm done with the mythographic color along, I will be starting on my next Lulu Mayo color along. So hopefully that one will be done in early September. I want to work on that page. I'm very excited about the page that got picked out. I think it's going to be just adorable. And then I might look and see if there's any space themed pages in that book, the Lulu's House of Wonder. I can't remember off the top of my head if there were. And then that way maybe I'll just do that one instead of picking another random. I'm not sure yet. It could go either way. All right, that guy's cute. Let's do his skin. I am trying to stop reading, but I keep finding pretty decent books. So there is an author that I just adore, and they are A.K. Caggiano, I think that's how you say it. Just an amazing author, especially if you like, fantasy kind of stories. They're just good. They've just written some really good books, and they're funny and they're heartwarming, and I just really liked it. And so I read a couple books by them. What else did I read? I can't even remember what else I read now. Oh, I finished my Tusk Love book, which was, I think I talked about it a little bit on here before, but it was a book that originated from Critical Role, and it's set in the world that their campaigns are set in. And it started as a joke, just a joke to make the DM come up with smutty book titles or book things. And he did on the spot. And then they just kept bringing it back up and talking about it more. And they made it into a New York Times best-selling romantasy book. And it's the cutest. It's a great book. It's a wonderful love story. The audiobook was fantastic. It is done by, I can't remember who the female narrator is, but Teddy Hamilton does his character's voice, and I just love it. Like, I'm okay, I always say say, like, when I'm listening to my audiobooks, I prefer like duet narration or like full cast narration. But I'm okay if like when it's that character's perspective, if they do the voices of other characters, unless it's a main character, like then I can't get over that. Like if it's a girl trying to do the love interest's voice, it takes me right out of the story. So I can't do with that, but they did that pretty well with this book, where they had two voice actors who did their own voices, but then when it was their turn to narrate the chapter, they did all the voices except for their counterpart. I hope that makes sense. But I like that feel. And Teddy Hamilton is he's just got a wonderful voice. It's lovely. So yeah, if you've not checked that out, I just watched an interview with him too. So he goes by, what's the other name? Andrew something. I can't remember. But typically when you see he goes by two names because he used to do like children's stories. And then he got approached to do like a darker, I think it was like dark romance audiobook, and his publisher was like, "You're going to have a pseudonym, right?" And he's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Well, if you the children's books won't hire you if you're going to use, if you're going to be also doing these dirty books." Well, not dirty, you know what I mean. And he's like, "Oh, okay." So when you see his name as Teddy Hamilton, you know that the book is probably going to have some spicy scenes in it somewhere. But yeah, he's just amazing. He's just one of my favorite audiobook narrators. So if you have listened to the regular audiobook of Fourth Wing, he does Xaden's voice in that. He also does the voice, I think, in Haunting Adeline, maybe. Okay, I got distracted by a phone call, so I forget where I was. I'm hoping that I didn't stop in the middle of a story. I think I was talking about Teddy Hamilton, but we don't need to go on and on about him, even though he's amazing. Okay, got those guys done. All right. Do we want to do more of the blue fairies? Do we want to color some little horses? Let's color some unicorns. I'm not really sure how I want to do these, but I'm just going to do my best, right? Let's see, what else is, I think I have another book coming in early September, another coloring book that I'm looking forward to. It's called, I think it's called Bunnies and Dwagons. That one I'm very much looking forward to. I think it's going to be adorable. I love the art style of the artist, which I cannot remember the name of them right now, of course, but very much looking forward to that one. Yeah, I don't know if I have any other big like coloring things planned. I feel like I'm not giving you guys as much content because I already did all of the collection videos that I kind of have, and ranked the artists that I love, and the rest of my collection is just random artists kind of all thrown together. But I don't really know I don't know how I would rank those ones, or if I need to, do a ranking video like that. I don't know that I need to, but I had fun doing those other videos, just going through my books, and looking at at my different books and trying to figure out, you know, what I really liked. That helped me get rid of several, actually. So that was a big help. And then, you know, just kind of really evaluating what I like and what I don't. All right, so for most of the unicorn horns, I'm going to try to use a gel pen of some sort. I'm not going to use those yet because I know that I'll smear it. So I'm going to hold off on that. I do have a little bit of gel pen like on the stars and the castle roof here. So yeah, the horns and like the little cutie marks on the unicorns will also get some sparkle gel pen. I was going to do it on the fairies, but I decided I'm not going to. I'm just going to let the fairies just be the coloring. And yeah. All right, I need to figure out, okay, let's do this blue guy. I also just noticed there's a large section in the middle of this horse's legs that has no color. All right, let's see. So these ones are they're so little. I probably could have done this with like a marker and just left it, but I don't know. I feel like I always have to do some kind of shading on things. It's real hard for me to just leave it straight coloring. I've seen lots of people do amazing things with just the straight coloring, or, you know, even with, you know, alcohol marker blending, doing it that way, but I need my pencils. And that's okay. It's not a bad thing. I'm still being creative. I'm still coloring. It's fine. Oh, I need to do the little... There we go. And then their little hoofs are going to be blue. I was worried about coloring the whole horse, this darker blue color, but I feel like I've got enough of the blue kind of spread out into other places that it'll be okay if it's like that. I just wanted a little bit of blue on there for the mane. I don't want it to be dark at all. So yeah, okay. I don't enjoy coloring the horses. I have a couple of books. A couple? I have at least one book, maybe two, by Marjorie Sarnett that it's like one's like a dream horses, and the other one I think is a unicorn book. And I do like coloring in those books. I like to color the horses, but every other time I go to color a horse, it's like I forget how to color. And I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's so difficult for me. It doesn't make any sense. Because it's the same thing, you know, like I should color it exactly the same, but in my brain I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what to do. It's like, it's just the same thing that you just did on this other page. But that's not how my brain sees it, so it's quite frustrating. This little guy should probably have a extender as well, but I didn't want to. I need my dark purple. Let's see. So I'm trying to think of what else I needed to talk about. There's not a ton. Okay, all of those horses are done. Let's do this little guy over here. It's going to be real similar to what we just did. I don't feel like I've done a ton other than read and that tiny little bit of coloring. There have been, I will share this a little bit. There have been some talks at my kiddos' school recently about, this is going to be a heavy topic, so I'm going to apologize now. And if anyone gets triggered, I apologize, but I'm going to talk a little bit about suicide. So just be forewarned. So it's been a very big topic at my kiddos' school lately. Nothing has happened that I know of, but with as many young kids that take their own lives in our country, they really want to be proactive. And so they've been talking to the kids a lot about it and really just making them aware that if they hear their friends saying something that, it's scary to think about telling an adult that you've heard that your friends say that, but, versus the fact that not saying anything and then something terrible does happen. Like, your friend might be mad at you for a minute, but it's better they're mad and with us still. And, so my youngest came home and she was just like, we had a pretty serious discussion about it, and she was pretty open with her feelings, and I feel like we're in a good spot, and she knows, and in fact has come to me, with concerns previously. But the thing that gave me the most comfort was, she said, even if I have these crazy random, intrusive thoughts, she's like, I don't ever want to do that. She said, I know that whatever I'm going through is temporary. And she's like, I try really hard to remind myself of that if anything, happens, or if I get that thought stuck in my head. And she feels super comfortable talking to me about it, talking to her counselor at school about it. And I'm so thankful not only for the schools talking, for them actually, saying things about it, but to tell your students, yes, it's okay for you to, this is one time when it's okay to be a snitch. Like, it's all right to do that because you could save someone's life. Like, it's a pretty big deal. And, so anyway, just, if you have kids out there, don't be afraid to talk about that with them. Like, it's so important to talk to them and make them understand. And, if they are having those thoughts, that they're not alone, that, people have had those thoughts multiple times, many times. And, it's scary as heck. I really want to say the other word, but, that there are people out there who care about them and love them and would be devastated if they were no longer here. So anyway, that's just my little PSA. Like, I just feel like it's almost like a taboo. Like, it's still kind of a taboo topic for people to discuss. And I don't understand that. It's probably, scary as heck when you have a thought like that, but I don't know. I'm so thankful that there are, suicide hotlines out there. If you are struggling with anything, that there's people you can reach out to, even if you don't have, a lot of family close by or people that you would consider, you know, talking to about those things. There are things out there, people out there who want to help you. Okay, I've got to stop talking about it now, so I'm going to get sad. So yeah, just talk to your kids. That's it. That was the whole point of that whole spiel. Okay, on that note, I'm so sorry. On that note, I am going to go. I'm going to try to finish this page up. I've only got, what do I have left? I have 2 horses, a handful of dragonflies, a handful of fairies, and this cute little owl. And then I'll be done, right? That's it. And then, you know, a few little white dots and paint markers. No, paint markers. Glitter pens. That's what I've got left. So yeah, so that's it for me. Thank you for hanging out. Again, sorry, I got a little dark and deep there, but I don't know. I just feel like I've said in the past, you guys are here when I talk about things, whether they're serious or silly or political or nonsensical. You guys are always wonderful, and I just love that there are people out there who are listening, and it's really helpful. So thank you guys for being here. I really, really mean it. Every time I say that, I really mean it. Just so you know, it's not just a thing. It's coming from the heart. Okay, that is it. Thanks so much. I will see you guys next time. Bye.